Hey, so we're going to continue our buyer's agent series, and where we are today is putting in an offer. We found the house. Woo! And we are super excited about putting in an offer. And simply what I do is we get together and we talk about what you want to offer. We justify that amongst ourselves. And what I need you to know before you put in an offer is when you say to me, I want to put in an offer of $1 million, then I will walk you through the breakdown of what it's going to cost us to buy the house at $1 million, because it doesn't stop at $1 million. We have to add in about maybe up to, I always say 10% of the purchase price, because I want to give us some padding. But we're probably going to rock in around 7 to 8% on something called an IMI, and we have to add that to that, and that comes at the very end. But we do need to know how much more money this house is going to cost us. And then there's property tax, and that comes much later, but again, you need to know what it's going to cost you. Then there's a stamp duty, then there's admin fees, and then there's your lawyer fees. So I always say add 10% to that. So we put in an offer, we recognize it's going to cost us an extra 10%. That's really high, I'm just padding it. And then when we put in an offer, they might counter, they might not. It depends. If it's a Portuguese family with a Portuguese agent, I've not seen a lot of countering. They're usually like no or yes. So we'll deal with that bridge when we come to it. And then when our offer is accepted, we move forward. And how do we move forward? We make a decision on which date we're gonna give them their first payment, which is our CPCV. That's 20% standard. We can do more, we can do less. Once we make that decision, we decide when we're going to go to deed. When we make that decision, then we're going to write our offer and say, we'd like this house at this price. You get your first amount of money on this day, your second amount of money on this day. Cool. Everyone agrees. Contingencies. We need to talk about those. So I'll bring my builder in. We'll look at the lay of the land, what the house looks like, how much it's going to cost us to renovate, bring it up to speed. And then we know how much we can spend on the house, and we're comfortable with the price that we've discussed. So in a nutshell, that is how you put in an offer. And when we all agree, we've agreed on all of those points, we move forward and we start with our contingencies of inspection. And the lawyer gets all the paperwork and they start to do their due diligence. And then we'll do step 2 in our next video to let you know what that looks like, what due diligence looks like, and what inspection looks like. Okay? Congratulations on your house purchase.